How to scale your wedding photography or filmmaking business to the $100,000 to even over $400,000 years, scaling income, time, and energy. Hey guys, Jordan Correces here, co-founder of the WLMA. And if you don't know who we are a team of six-figure wedding photographers and filmmakers. We have almost 1,000 students worldwide, and we've helped a ton of them scale to the deep six-figure levels, 100,000, 200,000, even over $400,000 years. And in this workshop, we're gonna teach you some of the key strategies to help you get there as well. So my promise to you, by the end of this masterclass, you're gonna know the exact strategies we use to scale to $100,000 to $400,000 years, get your wedding photography or filmmaking business to the deep six figures, and you'll be able to do so in a way so you can work less and make more, scaling income, time, and energy. And as a bonus, if you stay till the very end, I'm going to give you our secret link to our omnipresent retargeting strategy. So when newly engaged couples find out about you, jump on your website, you can ensure that they never forget about you. You always stay on top of mind. So newly engaged prospects are always thinking about your brand, not your competitors. So make sure you finish this video. I'm going to give you that secret link at the very end. Now, I know there are a lot of distractions all around us, and what you're about to learn has helped a lot of our students scale to the deep six figures, 100,000 to even over $400,000 years. And this can absolutely change your life. So if you don't want to miss a single crucial step, make sure you stay focused. Close out of social media, close out of your email inbox, separate yourself from others unless they're a business partner or a spouse who works with you in your business. If you need, make sure you got a pen and paper to take notes, and give me your complete attention, because I know your story. And I know your story because I was 100% there as well. If you're a wedding photographer or a filmmaker and you're watching this, it's most likely because you are frustrated with a lack of wedding leads and clients that are coming in. Maybe there are a few leads and clients coming in, but you're tired of getting ghosted by prospects. You're tired of getting price shopped when you know you're worth so much more. Maybe you feel like you're undercharging. You're only hitting those $1,500 to $3,500 price points with your wedding packages when you know you have the quality of work to get those $5,000, $7,000 to even $10,000 packages. Or maybe you've plateaued. You're a part-time wedding photographer or filmmaker and you want to have a full-time thriving business. Or maybe you are full-time, but you've still hit a plateau and you have not been able to get to that deep six-figure level so you can have that freedom of time and income. A long time ago, I was 100% there with you. And the truth is, the reason why I was there, the reason why you may be there, is because we've been fed a lie from the wedding industry. I'm sure people in the wedding industry have told you to join affiliates like The Knot, Wedding Wire, Wedding Pro, Thumbtack, or Bark. You paid to be on those affiliates, and you came to find that it ended up becoming a needle in a haystack. You were getting price shopped, ghosted. Maybe sometimes you felt like you were getting fake inquiries, and your prospects were sending the same inquiry to maybe 50 to 100 of your competitors. And it felt absolutely ridiculous. People in the wedding industry probably told you to hustle your social media, whether if that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, whatever that may be. And you might have come to find that not many newly engaged couples were actually seeing your content. It was a lot of photographers or maybe just friends and family, but not actually newly engaged couples. You might have been fed the lie of word of mouth, so you worked on growing your word of mouth and your referrals, and you found that word of mouth and referrals sometimes was not always the most reliable. Sometimes it seemed like it would be okay, then other times it seemed like that it would disappear. And you might have experienced that with things like wedding fairs as well. And as you tried all these things that the wedding industry told you, growth was still slow or maybe non-existent. And I 100% experienced this as well. I'm not going to go too deep into my story on how my wife and I were stuck in our 9-to-5 jobs. I was working as a janitor, trying to figure out how to make this a thriving business. all the years of trial and error until we are able to build a six-figure wedding photography business. Now having almost 1,000 students worldwide and helping many of them get to the deep six-figure level as well, much, much faster. I'll save you that story for another time. I just want to give you the good stuff, the strategies right away. But I was fed the lie that the wedding industry gave me as well. And now that we know that we've all been lied to, I want you to pause for a moment and imagine this. Imagine what your life will be like after you know how to generate wedding leads on demand. But not only generating wedding leads on demand, every single month, all those leads that are rolling in consistently every month, you're able to build a thriving fan base of newly engaged couples. So instead of having all these strangers price shopping you or ghosting you, these newly engaged couples who are now raving fans of your brand, they know they want to work with you and they are willing to pay you $5,000, $7,000 to even as high as $10,000 wedding packages to work with you. Pause for a moment and imagine what things would be like if they were like that compared to how they are now. Can you see how much freedom in income, time, and energy that would create for you and your family? What would make things better for you? If you think getting out of your situation is impossible, I want to show you that it's not. Here's some of our current students that we've helped. Christora Osters, she was stuck in her 9-to-5 teaching job, and we were able to help her scale to $354,000 a year. Bauman Bingman, he was stuck in his 9-to-5 IT job. We were able to help him quit in 6 months and build a six-figure wedding photography business. Then Tom Russo Photography, he literally only used to make less than $1,000 a month. Not long after, we were able to help him scale to over $400,000 a year, and he's now even booking weddings as high as $10,000. And he has an amazing team, so a lot of the times he doesn't even have to be at those weddings. And Kyle Conder from Conder Media, he is a wedding filmmaker. He used to only make about $16,000 a year. Now we are able to get him to 6 figures in only 6 months. In about 12 months, over $200,000 a year. So if you think getting out of your situation is not possible, here is living proof that it is. And here in this quick clip, you can meet some of the students now. So now that you've seen these people are real, I hope it's given you some hope. I hope it's excited you about what I'm about to share with you. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing you our exact wedding inquiry script. So when you get a wedding inquiry from a newly engaged couple who is interested about your services, the exact script and process to send them and take them through. This has been huge to turning more inquiries into bookings. Then I'm going to be sharing you our exact 6-figure funnel and ecosystem. So you know how to get 20 to 50 wedding leads every single month. You know how to turn those cold leads into warm, raving fans of your brand, and how to get them into consultations at the very bottom of the funnel. Then I'm going to be diving into some of our key secrets that I really never share with anyone. Our exact Facebook ad targeting template for weddings. So when we're running ads on Facebook, what we actually use to accurately target our ideal clients so you can generate wedding leads on demand literally every single month. And just a reminder, as a bonus, if you stay till the very end of the video, I'll give you our secret link to our Facebook ad retargeting video to create omnipresence, so newly engaged couples never forget about you. So without further ado, let's dive in. Part 1 of 3, the exact wedding inquiry response script for email and DMs. I'm going to show you guys the email one first. But first off, can you admit this? Listen closely and see if this is you. When most couples inquire, you reply and very often get ghosted. Or maybe when you get an inquiry, you send a pricing guide and maybe you get ghosted, or they just keep choosing your cheaper packages and you can't figure out how to get to those higher end packages. Or you had a consultation and conversions are way too low and you aren't booking those $5,000 to $7,000 to $10,000 packages. And you know you have amazing work, but you are undercharging. Are any of those you? And if it is, this is the exact script increasing our inquiry to booking conversions. So make sure you're taking notes of this. Here is our inquiry response script. I'm gonna read it to you, and then I'm gonna break down why this works. So I'm gonna zoom in right over here, and it starts off like this. Hi, add their name. Congrats on your engagement, super exciting. Great news, we're only accepting blank dates for blank year. The dates are filling up pretty quickly, but so far, your wedding date of blank date is currently available. We start every conversation with couples through a brief chat to serve you best and ensure you get all the info you need to plan your wedding day best. Many of our consultation slots are reserved, but we do have slots tomorrow or the next day at 12 p.m. or 6 p.m. And if they did push for the prices in their inquiry, I'll usually add this here. Our prices start at blank, but are custom to your needs. So I'll need to ask you a few important questions in our meeting together. Zooming down to the bottom of it right over here. Would your fiance like to reserve one of those times? Sign your name, and then I'll put a PS here, and I'll explain why I do that later. PS. If you want some help with wedding planning, posing, and desire a chance to be in the know of some special offers like model calls and exciting engagement sessions we're doing, feel free to join the free VIP bridal group, and then you can add the link there. So first off, before we continue, why does this inquiry response script increase conversion percentages? I remember we had a student in the UK who thought that this was not going to work because the culture is a little bit different. She literally tried this increased script for the first time just once and booked a wedding consultation right away. So it proved her wrong from the get-go. So the couple's inquiring, and we're just hyping them up, congratulating them on their engagement. And we're starting off with this great news. And we're adding a little bit of scarcity. We're saying we're only accepting blank dates for blank year. So maybe that's like 5 more weddings for this year. The dates will fill up pretty quickly, but so far your wedding date of January 6th, whatever date it is currently available. So we're letting them know their date is available, but we only have so many more weddings that we can accept. So it's building a little bit of scarcity. And then we're stating the agenda and adding some social proofing. So right over here, we start every conversation with couples through a brief chat to serve you best and ensure you get all the info you need to plan your wedding day best. So number one, what we just did, we start every conversation with couples through this. So they know that every couple that reaches out schedules a consultation. So it social proofs that action, letting them know this is necessary to give them all the information they need. Then we're jumping down to the very bottom right over here. And this is where we're building some scarcity with our wedding consultations so they take action. Many of our consultation slots are reserved, but we do have slots tomorrow or the next day at 12 p.m. or 6 p.m. Pick whatever times you like. I like those times because they're often free around work hours. And even if your consultation slots aren't reserved by other couples, you're a busy business owner. It is reserved with other work you have to do. And if they didn't push for prices, I'll keep it at that. But if they did push for prices, we want to be vague, still give them the answer, but give them an incentive on why it's still necessary to schedule a wedding consultation with you. So we say, our prices start at blank. So maybe our prices start at 5,000, but are custom to your needs. And that's key, are custom to your needs. So I'll need to ask a few important questions in our meeting together. So now there's still a reason for them to schedule a wedding consultation with you. And that wedding consultation is a must. So don't think I'm doing that for just no reason. Then we push a question so they take action. Would you and your fiance like to reserve one of those times? And hopefully they say yes. Or if they're busy on those times, we rework other times. And then boom, the wedding consultation is booked. But I do add a PS at the bottom here. And this is really important because let's say you still do this wedding inquiry script and the wedding lead is still very, very cold and they still don't respond. We want them to join other avenues where we can continue to market them and nurture them as a lead. So in the PS, if you want some help with wedding planning, posing, and desire a chance to be in the know of special offers, model calls, and exciting engagement sessions we're doing, feel free to join this free VIP bridal group. You can add the link, or let's say instead of a Facebook group, you could lead them to your email newsletter, wherever you want. Make it juicy, whatever you feel like you can offer in there to give them an incentive to join that email list or group. So just in case they don't reply to the inquiry, you can still remarket to them. And that is so, so important. So screenshot this, use this inquiry response script. It's helped a lot of our wedding photographers and filmmakers book a lot more wedding consultations. Like our student Kyle Conder, he was only maybe making about $16,000 a year when we taught him all these strategies, especially our inquiry response script and how we do our wedding consultations as well. He was able to scale to over $200,000 a year his first year, which is absolutely insane. So this 100% works. Now that works really well for email. What if you get inquiries that come through Instagram DMs or your Facebook DMs? How do you handle those types of situations? And we handle it a little bit like this. And here's a quick note as well. You can use the above script, the script I just showed you, on social media as well, but it is a little bit more of a formal script, and social media is a little bit more casual. So I say here, but I prefer to keep it more casual and conversational on social media. For warmer leads, the conversation will look a lot more natural and conversational like this, one I'm about to show you below. And then also keep in mind here, remember, people are not robots. So keep in mind, the conversations you encounter will have a lot of variations. This script is just a gist of what it can often look like. Learn to adapt with what is presented to you off this template. So remember, this script and conversation about to show you is just a general template of what it can often look like. People are going to respond in different ways, and you just have to use the principles of what I teach you here to adapt to those situations. But I'm going to dive into this script so you can see what it looks like. So the prospect may reach out on Instagram. Maybe they've been following you for a while, and they'll say something like, "Hey, I've been following you for a while and I love your work. My fiance and I just picked our date. Are you available for May 6th?" And you may respond something like, "Super exciting," add their name. And yes, our dates are filling up pretty quickly, but so far May 6th available. Where are you getting married? So as you can see, I use the same principle for scarcity. Our dates are filling up very quickly, but your date is available. And then I'm advancing the conversation. Where are you getting married? I'm not just leaving it at that. And I just picked a random venue that I can think of off the top of my head. The prospect might say, "The venue at Chattanooga." And then you reply, "Beautiful. Well, when are you and your fiance free?" I start every conversation with couples through a brief chat to serve you best and ensure you get all the info you need to plan. Many slots are reserved, but I do have 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. tomorrow or the next day. Want to reserve a time to meet up on Zoom? If so, let me know. Give me your email and number, and I'll send you an event invite. You can send an event invite maybe on Google, or maybe send them a Calendly link. And the prospect will hopefully say, "Yes, we're free tomorrow at 6 p.m. Here's my email." I made that one up. "And here's my number." And then you'll respond, "Great. I just sent you a calendar confirmation. Talk soon. I'll email you a Zoom link right before." And the prospect replies, "See you then. By the way, forgot to ask, how much do you charge as well?" So if they didn't ask for prices, we would leave it at that. We'll leave that for the consultation. Let's say they do push for prices. You'll say, "Working with us starts at blank, but it's customized according to your needs. So tomorrow we'll dive deep into that to ensure you get all the info as well." And the prospect says, "Sounds good." You'll share all the information in the wedding consultation. So as you can see, it was very similar to our wedding inquiry response script that we use for email or affiliates. But we turned it into a conversation, but it still uses the same principles. So make sure you screenshot this to your liking, and adapt it to your needs. So now that we have the right inquiry response scripts to turn more of those wedding inquiries to actually wedding consultations, how do we turn these into actually high-end weddings, getting those $5,000 to $7,000 to even as high as $10,000 wedding packages? So here's a few quick tips on how to do this. So first off, stop sending pricing guides. I promise you, no matter how pretty the pricing guides, if you're trying to replace wedding consultations by sending pricing guides, you're leaving a lot of money on the table. I've made that excuse many times before, but you have to do wedding consultations. But you can't just wing your consultations. You really have to know what you're doing. In this workshop and masterclass, we're not going into how to do wedding consultations. Make sure you schedule one of our free coaching call and strategy sessions and we can talk more about that. But you have to do wedding consultations and learn how to get really good at them. And the reason why this is so important because it's so much more personal. You have more control to show why you are different, why you are different than your competitors. And it gives you a chance to build more of an emotional investment in your brand. So that way, if you are a really amazing photographer, instead of them perceiving you as someone who's a cheap $2,500 photographer, they 100% understand your value and why you're worth maybe $7,500. And here's one of our students, Hunter and Sarah Sheldon from Hunter and Sarah Sheldon Photography. They used these exact principles that we taught them as well. And now they're literally starting their wedding photography packages at $8,000 to $10,000 per wedding package. And last year, we were able to help them scale to $235,000 a year. So if you are not sure if what I'm saying works, they are living proof that changing the way your wedding increase, changing the way you do your wedding consultations, and really refining that customer journey can really take things to whole new levels. Now, we went over the wedding inquiries, part 2 of 3, the 6-figure WLMA marketing funnel. And here's actually a shot from one of our mastermind events as well. Now, before I continue, I want you to be really honest with yourself here. I have a few questions I want to ask you. How many wedding leads do you get a month? And is that lead generation consistent? Are your inquiries raving fans? Or do they often feel like cold leads, strangers? They're not that emotionally invested in your brand. Do you feel like you are the go-to authority in your market, the high value leader? Or do most of your inquiries see you as all the other photographers? And do wedding couples see you as a high-end wedding professional or perceive you as cheap like everyone else? Be honest with yourself. What are your answers to those questions? Now, I'm going to show you exactly how these wedding photographers and filmmakers behind me in the picture, that's just 25 to 30 of them. We have almost 1,000, but how they generate 20 to sometimes over 50 newly engaged wedding leads every single month. How they become the go-to authority in their market, the high value leader. How they turn strangers into raving fans who are emotionally invested in their brand. How they book high-end weddings every single month and even hit those deep 6-figure years. You're really going to want to pay attention to this. And the fastest way to do this and the fastest way to scale to these levels is through marketing funnels, hands down. So imagine this. Imagine your business is a marketing funnel that looks something like this. On top of the funnel are literally hundreds of thousands, and I'm not exaggerating with that number, hundreds of thousands of newly engaged couples in your market who have not found out about you yet. And I'll show you why I say hundreds of thousands in part 3 very soon. And here is your marketing strategy. At the very top of the funnel, we use sponsored ads to build brand awareness and capture this attention of the newly engaged couples. And we're generating a lot of this cold attention. And when I say cold attention, it means they know about you, they don't quite trust your brand just yet. And we're generating 20 to 50 leads every single month, sometimes more to 70 to 100 newly engaged leads every single month. And as they fall on the top of this funnel, then they fall into the middle of the funnel where we have what's called a nurturing campaign and ecosystem. And this is where we can build trust in our brand. We turn them into warm leads, from strangers into raving fans. So the game is already changing by this point. And finally, as we nurture a ton of these leads that are coming in every single month, they inquire. We send them the inquiry response script that I just taught you in the first point, and we get them into wedding consultations. And there's a very specific wedding consultation process we do, and that way we can get those $5,000 to $7,000 to even as high as $10,000 wedding packages. In a more specific map, this type of funnel looks like this, and this is what we call our WLMA marketing funnel, our wedding lead machine marketing funnel. And so here's the top of the funnel here, where we generate the leads through sponsored ads. And it primarily starts with mainly Facebook and Instagram ads. That's the cheapest way to generate wedding leads in the wedding industry. And we're generating 20 to 50 leads a month just through this area right here. And those ads aren't just offers just for a call to action to work with you. Those do not work for cold leads. We're using lead magnets. And with those lead magnets, we're taking them to a landing page where they can opt in. And when they opt in, not only are we giving them the lead magnet, but they're giving us permission to continue to market to them. And when they opt in, most of them will be sent here. We send them a week-long, what we call an indoctrination email series. We have a very specific email series that we use that turns strangers into raving fans. And after they go through that week-long automated email series, then we'll do these weekly email blasts, strategic email marketing strategies as well. And through that, we can take them to our website. We can take them to our blogs. We can take them to our VIP bridal group. We can take them to Instagram or maybe even TikTok. So we're turning strangers into raving fans right over here. And we call that cross-pollination. Then we eventually lead them into a consultation right over here. Some of them actually go from this lead magnet into an engagement session. And this is one of the most powerful nurturing platforms. It's one of the fastest to do. And straight from that engagement session, we can take them right into the wedding consultation with a really special way we do our wedding consultations. We book quite a bit of them at $5,000 to $10,000 right over here. Now, some of them, they may click on our ads right over here. They jump on our landing page, but for some odd reason, they don't opt in. So down right over here, we can retarget them. So remember, at the very end of the video, I'm going to give you that secret link so you can learn this as well. But we can retarget everyone who's been on our website. We send them to our lead magnet opt-in page. We take them through our nurturing process. We get them to a wedding consultation. We book them as a wedding. Obviously, there's more to it, but that's a general gist of what our ecosystem looks like. And the numbers look like this. So let's say in 1 month, you spend $100 on a sponsored ad campaign. Through that, you generate 50 newly engaged wedding leads, newly engaged couples. As they go through your ecosystem, let's say 15 of them inquire, and then you pretty quickly turn 7 of those into wedding consultations. Then from those 7 wedding consultations, you booked 4 of those. So let's say 3 of them were at $5,500. 1 of them was at $10,000. So in 1 month, you just turned $100 in ad spend into $26,500 in revenue. And we literally do this every single month. And it is insane. It is the fastest way to scale when you really master this system. The math is simple. It's like putting a quarter into a vending machine and get $10 out every single month. So for example, like one of our students, Kenneth Bowie in California from Our Story Media, we were able to scale him to over $400,000 a year through this. So now we went over our inquiry response script. We just showed you our 6-figure WLMA marketing funnel. Now we're on part 3 of 3. And I'm going to be sharing you one of my secrets I do not like to share because it is so good. And it is the best Facebook ad targeting template specifically for wedding photographers and filmmakers. And don't forget, after this point as well, I'm going to be sharing you the secret link for the omnipresence retargeting strategy as well. So what is the best Facebook ad targeting for weddings? So to show you this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you to the back end of the business Facebook ads manager. So you can actually see what it looks like and see how we accurately target our ideal clients. And this way you see how powerful of a tool this really is. Now, first off, imagine this. Imagine you live in Nashville, Tennessee. What will your targeting look like? And how many couples can you reach? So check this out. And there you have it. This is the specific targeting we want to do as far as our ads. Pick a 3 to 4 hour drive radius around you. Keep the age broad, all genders. Then you want to choose newly engaged 3 months, newly engaged 6 months, and relationship status engaged. And if you go down here, you can do manual placements There's specific menu placements I like to try out and test every once in a while. For now, on this demo, I'm just going to keep this as automatic placements. And as you can see here, we have an estimated audience size of newly engaged couples of between 130,000 to 150,000. So when you look at that estimated audience size, you realize there's not a scarcity of newly engaged couples out there. There's a scarcity of photographers who actually know how to get in front of them. And that is so important to understand. So now we have our basic template that we want to use. So remember, this is not a tutorial to show you all the nitty-gritty buttons and stuff on how to set up your Facebook ad account and the technical stuff on how to use Facebook ads. This is specifically to show you the Facebook ad targeting for newly engaged couples that we use time and time again that actually works. So right over here is a review of that. So our Facebook ad targeting, relationship status engaged, newly engaged 3 months, newly engaged 6 months. Also, we want to use all genders. And then we want to use a broad age range of 21 to 45. We want to target everywhere within a 3 to 4 hour drive radius from where you live or where you work. And all cities are a different size. We want to adjust to get a potential reach of between 100,000 to 300,000 newly engaged couples. And again, I just want to say, when you see those numbers of how many newly engaged couples we have a potential reach of, there is no scarcity of newly engaged couples out there. You just have to become the photographer who knows how to get in front of them. So screenshot this, make sure you know this and understand it. And as long as you have great copy and offers, which we can talk more about in our free coaching calls, that targeting will 100% work. And what happens when you take this targeting to its full potential? Now, I'm actually in the back end of our WLMA community of students. We have almost 1,000 students worldwide right now. Whenever students book weddings, they go over to this ring the bell section and we celebrate their wins. So here's Molly, owner of Nomadic Weddings. She just had a $20,000 month in bookings, mainly booking adventure elopement sessions right over here. Here we have Shay Weber, owner of Shay Scala Photography, where in one weekend, she booked over $14,000 in weddings. Here's another one of our students, Tim Ponder, a wedding filmmaker. He recently just booked a $9,300 wedding package, which is huge. Then over here, Tom Russo from Tom Russo Photography with a $10,000 wedding package. And this is how far he's been able to take the year.
Hey everyone, I'm Tom Russo from Tom Russo Photography and Russo Associates. I'm based here in New Jersey. The highest annual income of sales I had was $420,000. My highest wedding ever booked was $10,200, and my highest month of sales was $54,000.
And also Aiden, who was able to scale to the 6 figures.
Hi, I'm Aiden Meadows from AM Creatives, based out of Orlando, Florida. After joining the WLMA, I was able to book packages as high as $10,000 and scale into 6 figures within my first year in business.
Now you just learned our inquiry response script, the map of our 6-figure funnel, and our best Facebook ad targeting template. And if you found that this masterclass resonated with you and you want to learn more, if you're having trouble with one or even all of these business problems and you want to master it and fix it so you can scale to the deep 6-figure level, maybe you're struggling with lead generation, whether if it's organic or paid. Maybe you're struggling with branding and you want to build a high-end luxury brand. Maybe you don't feel like you're the go-to authority and you want to fix that. Maybe wedding consultations is your biggest issue. You want to get better at sales and getting those higher ticket prices. Are you struggling with upselling albums, systems, defining that strategy? Maybe you're struggling or have no clue how to scale Facebook or Google ads and you want to avoid those cheap penny pinching clients. You want to fix those business problems so you can build a 6-figure wedding photography or filmmaking business. Live life with more time, energy, and financial freedom to live your dreams, even not just in your business, but in your personal life as well. Not just for you, but for your loved ones, so you can live a more fulfilling life. Because right now, you really have 2 choices. You can wait, procrastinate, and not really do anything at all, or waste the next 4 to 6 years trying to figure out everything on your own, wasting thousands and thousands of dollars on testing and testing and testing. It's what I had to do because I didn't have the help that I wish I had. Or you can do what is easiest and fastest and learn from a team of 6-figure wedding photographers and filmmakers who have already done it. Literally turn years of blood, sweat, and tears into months. So if you're smart and want to do things the easy way, I would like to invite you to a free coaching call and strategy session with me or someone from our team. For those who are ready to create real impact and income in your business, because the next 5 days, me and the coaches on our team have blocked off this week so you can apply and schedule a Zoom coaching call and strategy session with us below. And these will fill up incredibly fast. We can only block out a certain amount of times. And if you're interested on what we're going to be teaching in these free coaching calls and strategy sessions, this is what we're going to be doing. So first off, we're going to diagnose your business structure. We're going to get a feel of everything that is happening in your business so we can see exactly where you need to improve so you can scale as fast as possible. We're going to audit your website and portfolio to see how much you can potentially charge. So make sure when you apply and schedule, make sure to add your website and your Instagram as well. And once we've gone deep and done a lot of those things, we're gonna build the fastest roadmap to your goals. And we'll also see if and how we can help. We don't allow everyone a part of the WLMA program. It is invite only to keep quality as high as possible. But ultimately, we will see if the WLMA is a good fit for you to scale to the deep 6-figure levels like a ton of our students. And if it's not a good fit, that is totally cool. This will be the most valuable 45 minutes you invest in your business this year. Me or someone from our team is going to give you a ton of value on that free strategy session. And it's going to be an awesome chance to answer any questions that you have. But just keep in mind, these slots are very limited. They will fill up really quickly. Me and our coaches can only talk to so many people. So if you're interested, make sure you scroll down on this page and apply and schedule for a free coaching call and strategy session. We will meet on Zoom. And don't forget over here is the secret omnipresence link as well if you want to learn how to retarget. So you can screenshot this right over here. All right, thank you guys so much for joining this masterclass. Cannot wait to help more of you get to those deep 6-figure levels. We will see you on a strategy session. Click the button below. We'll see you on Zoom. Let's explode your business this year. So if you're not sure if the WLMA program or the free coaching calls and strategy sessions on Zoom are for you, here's what some of the wedding photographers and filmmakers we helped have to say.
What's up, guys? I'm Cortland Wilson with Cortland Photography.
My name's Madison Dresser.
I'm Hunter from Hunter Kittrell Photography. After joining the WLMA, I was able to build a 6-figure wedding photography business.
We've joined the WLMA not too long ago, and we broke our first $25,000 month,
which led me to a $30,000 month.
I had an annual income of sales of $420,000. Highest month of sales was $54,000.
And I ended up over 6 figures for last year.
In about 6 months, I was able to quit my corporate job and have a very successful 6-figure income.
I was able to book packages as high as $10,000 and scale into 6 figures within my first year in business.
I was struggling with leads after, going through the knot and wedding wire and the thumb tag.
We were struggling with a lot. I would say almost everything from branding, our website, and even booking clients as well.
Marketing and sales were by far my weakest muscles in business, if you will.
I think one of the biggest things that changed for my business in the WLMA was just learning sales.
I was getting more leads naturally and more bookings consistently.
And really more money than we were used to. But I think more importantly, it gave our brand and it gave our business face, a body, it gave it limbs, and it created this working structure that was living finally and breathing.
Everything changed. We rebranded. We started booking a lot more clients.
Was I skeptical before joining? 100%.
Because I was seeing all these people making like a bunch of money. I was like, no, that's not real.
Everyone is actually skeptical before joining something.
Because I didn't know who you were.
It took me a long time and to realize to kind of say yes.
I was not skeptical at all because I've tried everything possibly.
I don't think I was skeptical. which was a sign. You know, I always saw your face on Facebook everywhere for like at least a year.
I did some more research on Jordan, found out that he's not a sketchy guy that I thought he was. I mean, if I could have joined a month sooner, I would have.
So if someone is skeptical, do it. Trust us and do it.
Come, join the program, learn the things you have to learn, put in the work.
If you want to go to that next level, just bite the bullet and do it.
But you got to be all in. Whatever is going on in your life, I say, God, just go for it.
And it's amazing what you will learn.
It's a super involved community.
If you're not willing to invest in your company's future, then you're not going to be around for long.
There is a reason that you are even considering this program. It's because you are having problems in your business. It all goes down to the one fact, though. This program has what you need.
We're talking exactly about selling as a wedding photographer, how to market to your ideal clients. It's such a just priceless piece of knowledge. Take that leap and invest in yourself because you won't regret it.
This course has literally changed my life.
I'm just very thankful that my job can bring me this much happiness.